Now, if you're looking for a fresh and flavour-packed dish to try this summer, look no further.
Yes, Chef Paul Knapp is here with a Butterbean Panzanella. Paul, you're very welcome.
How are we? Yeah, we're taking the studio to Tuscany today. So with the weather,
I've never been, so it's
you're
lovely.
just about to. Well, the cheap way. So what we're going to do is to say, listen, this is a great salad that you can have with barbecues. You can have it on its own or whatever it be like that. So what we're going to do, we're using butter beans, we're using tomatoes, we've got olives, we've got garlic, we've got this lovely kind of like tomato puree. All of the link to the recipes up on the Island DM socials as well as the Virgin Media Play. So it's a really, really simple dish to put together. I've got there's loads of tomatoes around at the moment, and one thing I have loads of is stale bread in the press. So it's a way you can use it up. It doesn't have to be sourdough, it can be ciabatta, it can be focaccia, it can be whatever type of bread that you want. And if you wanted to make it today and you bought a sourdough and it wasn't too kind of stale, just literally cut it, cube it or tear it, put it on a tray, bang it in the oven maybe just for like sort of 15 minutes or something like that. So it's like really toasty and crunchy, OK? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bang out our oven because what we're going to do is we are going to roast some of these peppers, all right?
OK.
So we crank up the oven to the highest that it goes to. Mine went to 270. Bang them in the oven and leave them in there for about 10 minutes, all right? And what will happen is they'll start to bubble, they'll start to blister, and they'll start to almost look like they're burnt.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you want?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because actually, on that burnt, my mum is the world's worst cook, right? And it was, I always say that, but it's true, she'll tell you herself, but it was her birthday on Wednesday, so I just want to say happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday!
So, like, I record it, and then I play it back and I show it to her, do you know what I mean? She's in the UK down near Brighton, so it's cheaper than flowers on a card, so...
and better.
Absolutely, yeah, because it means, Mum, wherever you are, Mum, happy birthday, I love you, I'll see you soon.
All of Ireland says happy birthday.
Yeah,
OK,
from all of us.
Once you take your peppers out, all right, pop them into a bag, a Ziploc bag or something like that, right? So while they're still warm, and as they cool down, they'll start to steam. And what that means is when they cool down, it just makes it really, really easy to pull off the skins, OK? So that we don't want the skins on these. So these are the roasted peppers. Now, you can actually buy these in cans if you want, or in jars, but it's just so much easier to do this yourself. And then all we do is we take those off, and then we're going to cut them, and we're going to put them into our salad like so. Just get rid of the bit that's got the seeds in it, like so. Literally, they're lovely. They're kind of fire roasted. They're lovely and smoky, and in they go like so. So that's that, like that, all right? So what we're going to do is we are going to make our dressing. So I've taken, you know, the trays of tomatoes. They're 250 grams, OK? Excuse me. So I've taken one of those and I put it through a food processor and then put it through a sieve. So you've got this lovely tomato juice. It's like, basically, it's like the taste of summer in there. It's absolutely beautiful, OK? I'm going to put a little bit of salt and seasoning in there, and then we're going to make like a vinaigrette, for want of a better word. So I'm putting in there some red wine vinegar. There's 50 millilitres of red wine vinegar has gone in there. I'm going to pop in there a little bit of garlic. So what I put in there is 2 cloves of garlic, which I've just literally just minced up. And there's 250 mils of olive oil goes in here, OK? So like that. So all I've done with my sourdough, as I say, I've just cut it into cubes. You can cut it, so you can tear it, you can do whatever it is. And we're just making this lovely salad dressing like so. Mix all of that in there. Now, one of the key things that you want to do with this, right, is you want to leave it soaking for about 10 minutes. And that's kind of really important. Otherwise, what it's like, these things are like bullets, you know what I mean? So if you don't let them soak, they're going to be rock hard. You'll probably lose a tooth. And they don't blame me. So we mix up this. And one of the most important things that we do, just put in there, is we just check, literally, just to make sure that the seasoning is good. A little bit more salt in there. And then we just literally just pour all of that over your breadcrumb, over your bread, should we say. And then we want to mix that in. As we said there, what we're making is we're making a Butterbean Panzanella. OK, so while that's soaking away, what we can add into this as well, all right, would be all of the other bits and pieces that we're talking about, which is here. So I've got one here that's been soaking away. So we're going to put in there butter beans. Now, you can put in whatever you want, right? Do you know what I mean? So traditionally, this is a peasant dish, and that's where a lot of food has come from. It's now kind of embedded into kind of culture. But it's a Tuscan peasant dish where they would have taken the sourdough, and what they would have done is they would have kind of like soaked it in white wine vinegar or red wine vinegar, should we say, some olive oil, and they would have put in like a protein source of their choice. But because this is plant-based, we're going to put into there some butter beans.
So they would have put in...
like some anchovies. They were down by the coast, might be some fish or some anchovy or whatever it be, or whatever. So we're going to pop in there is the other pack of tomatoes. I said there was 2 of those 250s. Yep, so they've just been like literally just diced up and popped into there. We're also going to pop in there as well some olives. So you can put any olives as well, red ones. You can put the green ones, you can put the yellow ones, you can put whatever colour. Blue ones, purple ones, you name it. But we're kind of sticking with the reds and the green theme today for some strange reason. So we're going to mix all of that into there like so. You picked up on that one, did you? That's from my nan, because my nan's from one of the Finns from, what's it, Cluncha, I think it is. It's just outside of Ballaghaderreen. So my nan, because she went to school.
You see, there's a row.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a row. Is it Roscommon, is it Mayo?
My nan was always mad because she went to school in Ballaghadereen. But she was actually born and lived and brought up in Cluncha, which is just the other side of the border. So yeah, my nan was always said that she was Mayo. One of her sisters always said that she was from Roscommon.
It's all coming out. I'm telling you, I found out this week my great granny's Mayo.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I bleed
related.
red and blue this weekend.
And into that, I'm going to just tear in there a little bit of fresh basil goes in there as well. It's a really, really simple salad. Doesn't require any cooking. As I say, a lot of stuff you're going to have in the press anyway with regards to white wine vinegar and olive oils and stuff like that. But one of the most important things is let that sit for sort of about 10 minutes. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it is going to be quite tough and quite tender. And then what we can do, this is a lovely salad that you can just literally just pour and as a centerpiece on the table and chuck it out when you've got the barbecue. And as I say, what this is really is just a taste of summer. So what we'll do is we'll just give you guys just a small little taster just here. As I say, you've got garlic, you've got olives, you've got, let's say, those taste of summer with some fresh basil in there as well. It's something that is, as I said, I made this for the lads yesterday at home, and one of them said, "Oh, that's really nice, can we have some more?" He's a teenager, that's how he speaks.
Well, hopefully it's not the end of the good weather now, and people could absolutely enjoy this dish at their barbecue.
Is there a chance you could over-soak the bread?
You can, do you know what it's like at the end of the day, mine? And that's what it's like. You know what it's like is, you know when you finished your dinner and you're on holidays and you've got that plate and it's got all that lovely juice and bits and pieces and you get that bread and you smear it all around like that. It's like that. Can you really overdo that?
No. There you go. All right.
Well, this definitely isn't overdone. It's absolutely perfect.
It's just the taste of summer.
So juicy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So there's a real bang off it as well. It's lovely.
But outside of anything else, it looks great.
It's just, it's just a lovely summer dish.
I can confirm it tastes fantastic as well.
OK. Paul, as always, it's great to see you.
No worries, guys.
Thank
Thanks very
you
much.
so much.